Welcome to the Isha's transformation journey. Episode 8, The Fear of Water. Chapter 1, The Call to the Unknown. The Aegean Sea stretched endlessly, its deep blue waters shimmering like liquid glass beneath the golden morning sun. A wooden boat drifted in the vastness, cradled by the waves as if carrying a secret. Standing at its edge was Isha, a 15-year-old girl dressed in jeans, sneakers, and a hoodie. She looked out at the horizon, her eyes filled with something deeper than the sea itself: fear. She had conquered challenges before, but this was different. This wasn't about proving herself, this was about facing something greater, her deepest fear. The ocean stretched before her, vast and endless, a silent challenge. And deep inside, a voice whispered, "You don't have to do this." But another voice, a softer, wise one, asked, "Then how will you ever be free, Isha?" She clenched her fists. She didn't have an answer. Chapter 2, The Fear That Never Left. Isha sat down, gripping the wooden railing. Around her, travelers laughed, preparing to jump into the water, carefree, unafraid. But she couldn't move because her mind wasn't here. It was somewhere else, somewhere in the past. She was 6 years old again, a picnic by the lake, laughter in the air, and then sleeping. The cold rush, the weight of the water closing in, the helplessness. She had been pulled out within seconds, but it hadn't mattered. The fear had stayed. Now, as she looked at the deep, bottomless blue below, that fear wrapped around her like chains. "You can't do this, the water will take you." Her heart pounded, her breathing grew uneven. Chapter 3, The Arrival of the Goddess. A soft rustle of fabric caught her attention. She opened her eyes, and beside her, seated on the boat, was a woman she hadn't noticed before. She was draped in flowing indigo robes, her long black hair cascading over her shoulders. She wasn't like the other travelers. There was something different about her. Her eyes were deep, knowing, ancient, as if they had seen beyond time itself. She did not speak at first, but when she did, her voice was like the ocean, calm, powerful, endless. "You are afraid." Isha swallowed hard. Who? Who are you?" The woman smiled, a smile filled with warmth, wisdom, and understanding. "Does it matter? You have heard my voice before." Isha's breath caught because she had. In moments of hesitation, in dreams, in whispers that had guided her when no one else could. "I know you," Isha murmured. The woman only nodded. "And I know you," she replied. The leap of faith. The woman's gaze drifted toward the water. "You fear the ocean because you believe it will take something from you," she said. "But the ocean will take what you resist. Let go, and it will carry you." Isha clenched her fists. I I don't know how to swim." The woman tilted her head. "You don't need to." Isha frowned. "Then what do I need?" The woman's fingers brushed lightly against Isha's forehead, and in that instant, everything changed. She felt the water not as enemy but as something alive, something breathing. The fear was still there, yes, but it was no longer a weight, it was just a feeling. And feelings can be released. Before she could think, before she could doubt, she jumped. The depths and the vision. The coldness rushed over her, shocking her system. For a second, panic, then silence. The water did not swallow her, it held her. She opened her eyes, and what she saw took her breath away. Glowing ethereal beings moved through the water, their forms made of liquid moonlight. They didn't feel separate from the sea, they were part of it, fluid, weightless, infinite. And at the center of them, the woman was no longer just a traveler, she was something more. She stood radiant and infinite, her robes shifting like waves themselves. I am Varuni, she whispered, the name flowing through the water like a song. Isha stared in awe. Varuni? The goddess of divine waters, the keeper of flow, the one who drowned fear and brought rebirth. Let go, child, Varuni's voice echoed. The ocean does not wish to harm you. It only wishes for you to know yourself. Isha closed her eyes and she let go. The panic faded. The water no longer felt like an enemy. For the first time in her life, she wasn't afraid. The rebirth. When she broke to the surface, gasping for air, she was no longer the same girl who had jumped. She was lighter. The weight of fear had been washed away. She traded water effortlessly, no longer fighting but moving with it. In the distance on the boat, Lisa cheered. You did it! Isha let out a breathless laugh. Yeah, I guess I did. And she looked back toward the horizon. She understood something she had never grasped before. Fear is not something to be defeated, it is something to be released. A glimpse beyond the clouds. Back on the boat, wrapped in a towel, Isha gazed at the horizon, but it no longer seemed so vast, so overwhelming. She turned to say something to the woman, but she was gone. A gust of wind stirred the ocean's surface, and as Isha looked up, she saw her. Not on the boat, not in the water, but within the golden clouds, her form fading into the mist. A silent farewell. A reminder that she had never been alone, and she never would be. Isha smiled, a real, fearless smile, because she knew this was only the beginning. Make sure you don't miss the next chapter. Like, share, and subscribe. Turn on notifications to continue the journey. What fear have you faced and overcome? Comment us below. The journey continues. See you in the next episode. Thank you.